Hello, and thank you for joining the Weil Legal Innovators Program information session. My name is Mona Sagri, and I serve on the Social Responsibility and Weil Foundation team at Weil Gotchel Manges. My team oversees the Weil Legal Innovators Program, also referenced as WLI for short, in close partnership with the WLI Steering Committee and our firm's leadership. We're excited to share more about our program with you today. I'm joined by my fantastic colleagues, Alina Gusti, Jessica Kim, and Ramisa Bromi, who you'll be hearing from shortly. My team, the Social Responsibility team, runs community engagement and public service programs in partnership with nonprofits year-round, including our flagship social impact initiative, the WLI program. We're hosting today's session to provide an overview of WLI, including why Weil invests in this initiative, the program details, how we support our fellows, also referenced as innovators, who our nonprofit and law school partners are, the robust professional development offered through our program, including the annual WLI conference, and the selection criteria and application process. Our goal is for you to leave with a clear understanding of the program and whether it's the right opportunity for you. And with that, I'll begin. To start, I want to take a step back and talk briefly about why Weil invests in WLI. Weil is one of the world's leading law firms, headquartered in New York City with offices across the world. Our culture is defined by excellence and collaboration with a deep commitment to the highest standards of legal work and judgment, client service, and ethics. We have an array of incredible practice areas across many geographies, many of which Weil has been a pioneer in developing. Throughout our nearly century-long history, giving back has been a hallmark. That includes our pro bono work, long-standing nonprofit partnerships, dedication to inclusion, community engagement, and philanthropic investments. The WLI program was created as an extension of that commitment to our communities and to the legal profession itself by helping to develop the next generation of legal leaders. It is a reflection of the firm and our values. At its core, WLI is built on a fundamental belief. Complex business and societal challenges require culturally fluent professionals to help solve them. Lawyers who gain experience across sectors, especially at the intersection of law, nonprofits, and social impact, develop highly transferable skills that distinguish them throughout their careers. The legal profession has always been rooted in justice, but today's lawyers must be more than just advocates. They also need to be innovators, leaders, and problem solvers who understand the broader systems shaping our world. Weil believes in investing in that future, and WLI is one of the ways in which we do so. To that end, WLI positions innovators to engage in leading social and legal impact initiatives that are moving the needle domestically and internationally, understand the growing intersection between the public and business sectors, establish meaningful relationships with influential leaders in the nonprofit and legal industries, and broaden professional skills and obtain a professional advantage, all before beginning a law school career. And with that, I'm pleased to turn it over to my colleague, Alina, who will go into more detail about how the WLI program operates.
Thank you, Mona. WLI program details. The program is set up in the following way. Each year, a cohort of innovators are selected into the program. In order to apply to the program, candidates must meet a couple of basic eligibility requirements. First, candidates must be admitted to one of the WLI partner law schools and plan to attend that law school's JD program. I'll name the partner law schools on an upcoming slide. Once accepted into the program, innovators defer their first year of law school to work full-time at a nonprofit organization for 1 year. That said, eligibility is also subject to confirmation that the applicant will be 18 years of age as of the anticipated work start date. The roles available through WLI also are not eligible for visa sponsorship. So candidates, if accepted, must show work authorization within 3 business days of hire. During the course of that year, innovators will be paid a salary of $60,000. In addition to that salary, Weil awards the hosting nonprofit organization $40,000. Once the innovator starts law school, Weil awards each participant a $10,000 law school scholarship paid directly to the school to help cover tuition. Innovators also receive mentorship, professional development, training, and other touchpoints from Weil during the fellowship year. I will go into this more on the next slide. Other than funding salary and benefits and law school tuition, we want to talk about the other ways that we support our innovators. Innovators will have an all expense paid trip to and from New York City for the annual WLI conference, which takes place at the beginning and the end of the fellowship year. Innovators will also be matched with mentors across Weil, including lawyers at all levels of the firm and professional staff. The mentors help guide the innovators through their working year, provide perspective on working in the legal sector, and are a resource to the innovators for general questions about the legal profession and beyond. Alumni also serve as mentors to current innovators through the WLI Bridge program, fostering ongoing connections, professional development, and community across program years. Additionally, Weil hosts a series of professional and career development trainings, from training on executive presence and presentation skills to legal career pathway panels and other panel discussions with inspirational leaders tackling legal issues and their own careers in innovative ways. Next, Weil helps the innovators raise their professional profiles by promoting them and their work through press coverage, social media, and other platforms. If innovators are interested in pursuing a summer associate position at Weil, we also make it possible to do so. Innovators must meet the minimum requirements set forth in the recruiting process, but WLI ensures that the innovators will have an opportunity to interview if they so wish. And this is by no means a requirement of the program. Our summer program is consistently ranked one of, if not the best. As a summer associate, you'll have the unique opportunity to be exposed to a wide array of practice areas through hands-on opportunities to help guide you in choosing your legal career path. Finally, innovators will receive invitations to events and activities throughout their fellowship year. This includes WLI-specific community building events such as group dinners or virtual holiday parties, as well as external events we receive tickets for, such as nonprofit galas or concerts. Our law school partners are Berkeley Law, Columbia University Law School, Duke University School of Law, Georgetown University Law Center, Harvard Law School, Howard University School of Law, Michigan Law School, New York University School of Law, Penn Carey Law, Stanford Law School, University of Chicago Law School, University of Texas at Austin School of Law, and Yale Law School. Note that our partner law schools have already agreed to grant a one-year deferral to whomever from their school participates in WLI. So this isn't a conversation that you have to initiate with your law school admissions officers. Also note that all students entering an early assurance JD program at one of our partner law schools are also eligible to apply, including students from the Harvard Junior Deferral Program, the Columbia Leadership Experience and Mission Deferral Program, and the Georgetown Early Assurance Program. Also note that WLI is not open to incoming LLM students unless the student will matriculate into a joint JD LLM program. On this slide, you'll see a listing of some of our past and present nonprofit partners. You can learn more about the job opportunities available at the current organizations by visiting our website at weil-legal-innovators.com. Each year, WLI partners with a curated group of nonprofit organizations that offer a wide range of exclusive roles created specifically for this program. At any given time, innovators may have the opportunity to work in positions such as legal coordinators, litigation assistants, advocacy fellows, policy associates, and other impact-driven roles. These nonprofit partners have the ability to provide meaningful leadership experience for our WLI candidates. We worked with them to design projects that would benefit their overall mission, but also give our innovators an opportunity to build new expertise before stepping into law school. In addition to selecting our nonprofit partners because of the high caliber experience we know they will provide the incoming innovators, these organizations are working at the highest levels to create systemic change and solve societal imbalances. Each organization is staffed with leaders in their sector, many of whom will serve as supervisors to the innovators. But there are more criteria at work when we select nonprofit partners. Many of our nonprofit partners had a prior relationship with Weil. In many cases, we provided them pro bono services by pairing them with attorneys across our firm to help them meet legal needs or complete legal-related projects. In some cases, these are organizations Weil has funded for years through our philanthropic dollars, and we also have board representation at some of our nonprofit partners. In the cases where Weil didn't have an existing relationship with the nonprofit, we approached them for the partnership on WLI because of their deep community impact and expertise on issues that the firm cares deeply about. We wanted to make sure that our nonprofit partners represented a variety of thematic areas and missions, and that they aren't partisan in nature. For those of you who may be interested in beginning your legal journey through this program, we have a variety of legal service organizations that might be a good fit for you. But if, on the other hand, you want to explore public service work more broadly or through a different angle, our nonprofit partners are tackling issues from climate and environmental justice, human rights, criminal justice reform, youth leadership, and policy change. For those of you who plan to apply to WLI, we are absolutely sure you'll find an opportunity that speaks to you. The WLI nonprofit partners also have a footprint across the US. Although Weil is a New York City-based firm, we have a footprint in several US cities, so we want to make sure that was mirrored in our nonprofit partnerships as well. While most of these nonprofits have some type of remote or hybrid work policy, they are mostly based in New York City, the San Francisco Bay Area, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., Boston, Miami, Dallas, and Houston. For more information on each nonprofit's exact in-person or remote work policy, please refer to our website or the application guidelines document. I will now hand it off to my colleague Jessica Kim, who will talk about the professional development programming offered through the WLI program.
Thank you, Alina. Throughout the year, innovators participate in robust professional development programming, 8+ virtual sessions offered across the fellowship year. At a minimum, once a month, the cohort comes together virtually for a session led by the social responsibility team or by leading professionals who share their expertise across a range of topics. Prior sessions have included one-on-one meetings with a professional coach, a session on pro bono and big law with our pro bono counsel, Judicial Clerkships 101 with attorneys who have held clerkships, law school tips and tricks, and more. During the in-person WLI conference in July, innovators also participate in professional development sessions in person, facilitated by experts, including Weil attorneys and staff, as well as external professionals we bring in specifically for the program. I'll share a few more details about those in-person sessions on the next slide. Beyond the conference, there are additional in-person opportunities at our Weil offices across the country. Invites to these opportunities, whether it's participating in Pro Bono Week at the firm or attending nonprofit galas or Weil receptions, are shared with the entire cohort. As our WLI alumni network continues to grow, we've also expanded programming to include alumni engagement. Innovators have the opportunity to connect both virtually and in person with classes of WLI alumni now in law school or beyond. This includes twice yearly virtual gatherings focused purely on community building and celebration, as well as various in-person or external events. The WLI conference takes place annually in mid-July in New York City, both at the start and end of your fellowship year. Innovators have all expenses paid for travel to and from New York for the conference. For the incoming cohort, the conference serves as orientation and a program kickoff, providing professional training, team building activities, and an introduction to the WLI and broader Weil community. For the outgoing cohort, the conference serves as an end-of-year celebration with opportunities to present reflections and learnings from the fellowship year, celebrate achievements, and participate in professional development sessions designed to support the transition into law school. Most notably, this is where the outgoing cohort presents to the firm on their fellowship year, the only reporting requirement of this fellowship program. The audience includes leadership from the firm, partners, counsel, and associates, our administrative staff, nonprofit invitees, and other friends of the program. In-person professional development sessions at the conference vary each year and may include topics such as associate life at Weil with younger lawyers at the firm, a DISC assessment facilitated by a professional, recruiting 101 to learn the landscape of big law recruiting, and more. In addition, each conference features a keynote speaker who inspires and motivates the innovators. I'll share a little bit more about this later. Service is also central to the conference experience. Innovators engage in hands-on public service projects that make a tangible impact on the community. These have included resume review workshops with students from the surrounding New York City area, or an upcycling floral project where we've repurposed diverted florals that were once used to bring joy to community shelters, LGBTQ centers, hospitals, senior homes, and more. Participating in these service projects brings all conference attendees together to do something meaningful in service of the surrounding community and helps reinforce the public service ethos at the core of the WI program. One of the most exciting opportunities at the conference each year is the chance to engage directly with social impact and sector leaders through our keynote programming. We've featured authors, nonprofit founders, and public sector trailblazers who are shaping the future of the field. Past keynote speakers, highlighted on the slide here, have included Rohan Pulveri, co-founder and former CEO of Upsolve, Reshma Saujani, founder and CEO of Moms First, founder of Girls Who Code, and author of Pay Up, The Future of Women and Work, and Maya Wiley, civil rights activist and president and CEO of the Leadership Conference on Civil and Human Rights. We also intentionally incorporate celebratory dinners and receptions throughout the conference. These events provide innovators with meaningful opportunities to connect and build community with one another, the Weil Social Responsibility team, and attorneys and staff from across the firm. While specific activities vary year to year, we're always thoughtful about creating balance. Innovators can expect a mix of structured programming and downtime and informal ways to connect with peers, nonprofit supervisors, and Weil attorneys and staff. Now I'll pass it over to Ramisa to talk a little bit about the application and selection process.
Thanks, Jessica. Let's dive into the application process for the program. I'm sure you're all eager to learn what's needed to be considered for this opportunity. To start, the link to the application is on our website, which I'll share again at the end. On the homepage, click on the Program Details and How to Apply tab. This will take you to our application platform where you can submit your materials. The first thing needed for your application is confirmation that you have been accepted into the JD program at one of our partner law schools. This can be a letter of intent, proof of deposit, or other documentation showing your intention to attend. A few important notes. If you have not officially accepted your admission yet, you may still apply. In that case, submit your acceptance letter and use the designated space in the WI application to briefly explain your situation. For example, if you're still waiting on financial aid or scholarship information, please communicate that clearly in the application. Applicants who are selected for the WLI program will need to provide proof of intent to attend a partner law school by May 1st, when most law school deposits are due. If you decide to attend a non-partner law school at any point during the selection process, you will be removed from consideration for WLI. The various application components are as follows. Firstly, your resume. A question we get every year from prospective applicants is if work experience is preferred or needed for this program. There is no preference for a student coming straight through to law school or someone who has had professional experiences before applying to this program. Whether you're transitioning from a professional career to law or coming straight from undergrad, this program is open to everyone. Your resume helps us and the steering committee understand the accomplishments and experiences you find important to share. Next, the application includes a couple of written statements. You'll be asked to submit a personal statement of no more than 500 words following a prompt provided in the application. Applicants will also select a first and second choice for nonprofit job placements and submit a 500-word statement for each explaining their interest in the nonprofit position, as well as how their skills, experiences, and interests align with the role. Prompts for these statements will also be provided. After completing those writing statements, you may select up to 3 additional nonprofit placements. You will not need to submit written statements for these additional choices. These preferences may be considered during the nonprofit interview stage when candidates are matched with organizations for interviews. Please note that interviews with your first or second choice nonprofit are not guaranteed. You will need to provide 2 reference letters. We will share specific prompts for your recommenders, asking them to explain why they believe you would be a good fit for WLI. Because these prompts are unique to our program, we ask that your recommenders do not reuse letters from law school or other applications. Finally, all incoming and outgoing innovators are required to attend the WLI conference in July. Applicants will need to confirm their availability to attend the conference before accepting an offer. The formal review process begins immediately after the application period closes. At that point, each application is reviewed by the WLI team in collaboration with the WLI Steering Committee. The Steering Committee is made up of members of Weil's Philanthropic Committee, which includes firm partners and leaders who are deeply committed to social impact and have a strong understanding of the nonprofit sector and its needs. The committee also includes several retired partners who bring extensive institutional knowledge and experience serving on nonprofit boards as well as other firm representatives. Steering committee members provide valuable insight on applications through their unique perspectives. If you advance to round 1 interviews, you will have the opportunity to meet and speak directly with members of the committee. Throughout the fellowship year, innovators also have additional opportunities to connect with and learn from steering committee members in their distinguished careers. Following the initial application review, selected candidates will move forward to the interview phase of the selection process. Round 1 interviews consist of 20 to 30-minute interviews with the WLI team and members of the steering committee. Candidates who advance beyond round 1 will then interview with supervisors and teams at the nonprofit organizations they are matched with. During this stage, nonprofit teams assess candidates based on their internal criteria and work closely with the WLI team to make final decisions. Once all interviews are complete, the WLI team and participating nonprofit organizations will finalize selections and matches for the program. The application period is currently ongoing. Applications open in January and will close in mid-March. Once the application period ends, the review and interview process will move quickly. In April, both round 1 and round 2 interviews will take place. Before May 1st, all applicants will receive an update on their candidacy status. Finalists who receive an offer to join the program will have approximately 24 hours to accept. In July, the new class of 10 innovators will gather for the first time at the WLI conference in New York City. As mentioned earlier, the conference serves as the fellowship's orientation and includes required training sessions. Following the conference, nonprofit work will begin in late July or early August, depending on the schedules of the innovators and their matched nonprofit organizations. 1 year later in July, the outgoing innovators will return to the Weil offices in New York City to present their accomplishments from the fellowship year. That concludes the timeline for the WLI cycle. On the screen, you will see the program's website, which includes everything you need to begin your application, as well as a link to the application platform itself. You will also see our program email, legalinnovators@weil.com. Please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions, whether they are specific to your individual circumstances or more general inquiries. Our website includes a link to sign up for individual, private office hours with a member of the team. There are many ways to connect with us, and we're always happy to speak with prospective applicants. To close, we're truly excited about this upcoming cycle and the opportunity to welcome a new class of innovators who are passionate about making an impact through this program. We hope this presentation has given you a clear understanding of the application process, the program timeline, and what to expect as a WLI Fellow. On behalf of Weil and the Social Responsibility team, thank you all for your interest in the Weil Legal Innovators Program.